Is Samsung gonna fix these things from the Galaxy Z Fold 5 to the Galaxy Z Fold 6? That is the question, because we kind of know a lot about the Galaxy Z Fold 6. We know the specs, we know the potential release date, we know a lot about it, and that is a lot. So are the things gonna be fixed? And there's 4 things that I could come up with that I think that are really need to be amended and fixed. And knowing what we know from the specs, from the 5 to the 6, I wanted to give my input on that. Number 1 is battery life. Battery life on the Galaxy Z Fold 5 is 4,400 milliamps. This is for me anyway, is a multi-time charge per day device. I have to charge this at least once, and what I mean that is like I charge it when I wake up. By the time I charge it, I have to charge it again by like the beginning of the afternoon, and then sometimes I even have to charge it again by the end of the night. So this ends up being a device I have to charge a lot. Do I think the Galaxy Z Fold 6 is going to be very similar? Well, there's rumors that the Galaxy Z Fold 6 will have a 4,600 to a 5,000 milliamp battery. If it's at 4,600 milliamps, I think it's going to be you're going to have to charge once or twice a day for sure. If it's 5,000 milliamps, I still think you're going to have to charge it at least once a day. Why? Because of it's a huge phone. Like displays use a lot of energy, and this is a huge display, and then you've got the back display as well, and then you have the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, which does sip power, but it still also uses a lot of power at the same time. It's good with its conservative nature, but again, it's still a very powerful processor at the end of the day. So if you really push it to its limits, if you're gaming all day, if you're doing things that are high intensity, it's gonna use a lot of battery life. So I still feel like at the end of the day, if I had to guess, Galaxy Z Fold 6 is still going to have to be a multi-charged device per day. Now, performance is pretty good on this. You get Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, so if you love gaming and doing that kind of thing, you're gonna have absolutely no problem with being able to run any game that this throws at it. 12 gigs of RAM, Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, the 8 Gen 3 and the Galaxy Z Fold 6 is gonna be even more powerful, so you'll game even better. Probably not hugely noticeable day to day, but you will get some more frames per second. But what I think is gonna really make it shine is that it's gonna have One UI 6.1.1. Now, One UI 6.1 really looks amazing on the S24 Ultra. It's very smooth, it's very fast feeling, especially when I go back to this phone. There's a world of difference in my eyes in terms of animations, in terms of day-to-day usage, all of that. You can really feel it on the Galaxy S24 Ultra, and I think it's gonna really make you feel the power and the speed with the 8 Gen 3 and the One UI 6.1.1 on the Galaxy Z Fold 6. So yes, I think performance will be very noticeable. Next up is cameras. Are we gonna see or feel any different with the cameras? There's rumors that it's gonna have the same exact cameras. There's also other rumors that are saying that it's might have a slight edge up in terms of megapixels and quality. I think it's gonna end up being the same cameras at the end of the day, but a new algorithm. So yes, I think the camera photos and videos will look a little better, but I don't think they're gonna be hugely better. So big that you're gonna be like, wow, it really is a world of difference and it's a major reason to upgrade. I just don't feel like if they keep the same cameras and they just kind of change and mess around with the software and the algorithms that you're gonna really wanna need to feel like you have to change. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think you're going to at the very end of the day. So I think that cameras, I think, are gonna be a very even level playing field, so I don't think you're gonna see a noticeable change with that. The last thing I think a lot of people want changed and upgraded is the outside display. It's long, it's skinny, it's still not really fun to type on. It's still a device on the front here that's just not very fun. I don't ever really use it, and even when I do, I'm like, ugh, and I open it immediately back up, and I'm using the inside display. So there is rumors, obviously, it's gonna be a little bit wider, and maybe a little bit shorter, but that begs the question that, is it gonna be so noticeable that it's gonna be, again, a major reason to upgrade? My guess is no. I don't think it's gonna be a huge difference in terms of feeling a lot different on that outside display. I think it'll be a little bit different, but not hugely different. I want it to feel hugely different and majorly different and a big change. So it's something that I want to use more often, but at the end of the day, I just don't think it's going to be, but I think it will be a slight improvement. So with that said, would it be something that's gonna end up being a major reason to upgrade just in general? No, I don't think it will be. I think it'll be a very slight upgrade with that. So, you know, with those 4 things, the battery life, the cameras, the outside display, the performance, I think really the one that's gonna stand out the most is performance, just day-to-day usage. And then I think the next thing that's gonna make a big change would be that outside display. But again, I don't think it's gonna be a huge different feeling. And then I think with battery life and camera, I think it'd be very, very incremental in terms of how they impact the change of the phone in a positive way. With that said, it's probably gonna let a lot of people down, but it's also probably gonna impress some people. So I think at the end of the day, I think when I get this phone, it'll be a mixed bag. Yes, I love the phone. It's a great little upgrade. It's just not a big major upgrade. What are your thoughts? Do you think there's other factors of this phone that are really a big letdown that need and should be upgraded? Obviously, I could have said charging, but I think that I just don't think they're going to change it. So, and I haven't heard much about it. That would be a major thing if we heard some kind of change on that. But other than that, I think this phone's going to be, as much as I want it to be a big upgrade, I just don't think it's going to be that big of an upgrade. Let me know your thoughts. Have a great day, and we'll see you down the road. Peace.